Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Frogman. I'm really tired. It's not even 9 p.m. yet, and I still am kind of adjusting coming back from America. But I did want to make a Yap video talking about my experience with the Overwatch Spotlight, how I feel about all the stuff coming, and you know, kind of go off the top of my head. So I probably will miss some stuff and some opinions and all that sort of stuff. So I do apologize. I had a flight that was delayed 6 times when I was in America. I had to stay in America an extra day. I originally was going to go there where I was going to be there for about 3 days total, and it managed to turn into almost 5 days total. I pretty much was one of the content creators that was there for the longest. I wanted to be there for a bit, leave, come and then go back to streaming, go back to video editing, all that sort of stuff, because I was working on this Elo Hell documentary type video that I wanted to get out as well before the season ended, which it is done now, but I also don't really know if I want to do video back to back. I'll probably just save it for a rainy day or something. I don't really know what the term is, but it'll eventually come out and people will be like, what the hell, where's the sub rolls and all that sort of stuff. So all the delays and all that sort of stuff were really frustrating, and honestly it ruined my mood massively. But the Overwatch Spotlight, it was a pretty good experience overall. I do have some criticisms that I want to talk about. And that, of course, is, you know, Blizzard took really good care of us, you know, with the hotel stuff, with flight stuff. They were very on board, locked in, making sure they didn't, like, if there was any mess ups, they would try and fix it as fast as possible, right? They fed us well, you know, they gave us water, they gave us in and out on the day. You know, I'm not really a gigantic fan of in and out from my time of being in America. We don't have it in Australia, but it was okay. The fries are pretty good. If you're asking what my favorite fast food is when I was in America, it's Shake Shack and then Wingstop. Those are my top 2. Nothing else comes close to that, unless I've missed something. But I don't like. I've not gotten into Raising Cane's. Didn't like it. Man, I'm talking about America and like it's just food people talk about, bro. But anyways, moving on. But before the Overwatch Spotlight started, we had about 10 to 15 minutes to set up our streams, and I kind of found that to be really frustrating because I wish we were able to set up our stream like at least maybe the day before, or you know, an hour or something like that before, because I didn't really have much time to. And the problem with that sort of thing is when the stream did start, or when you know, when I did get set up, I had no audio, or my microphone volume was very low. I had to call Blizzard people to come in for help, and they were struggling to figure it out. The spotlight was about like 2 minutes away. And I was just like really mental boom because I had a whole joke planned for the spotlight. I was going to do the face reveal joke again. And, you know, it just didn't really work out. And it kind of like boomed my mood for like how to react to, you know, all the stuff of the spotlight, which really sucks, man. It really sucks. You know, it's unfortunate. It's just unlucky, right? But I feel like if I had a little bit more time to find out if the audio wasn't working or anything like that, you know, that would have been great. I also know that VTubers were also at the event too. This is their first time like hosting VTubers, right? And the problem is when they had VTubers, a lot of them kind of need like extra software to set up on the PCs, and or like certain connections and all that sort of stuff to do their whole like VTuber setups, right? And they weren't able to set up some of them, or more so they had to use PNG tubers. I know Calfee did, for example. She unfortunately couldn't do her proper avatar, right? And if you're like, oh, I don't watch VTubers, think of it as your favorite streamer. You know, he twerks every time he gets a kill in Overwatch or something like that. But he's like, oh, my camera's not working, guys. No twerking today. It's like, why would you even watch the stream? You know what I mean? I don't really think there's actually a streamer that's like that. But you know what I mean? And obviously, this is like a personal thing, but I don't like having my back face towards people. They gave us assigned seats next to me, Aspen, and Warren. And my back was in the middle of the room facing towards all like the Blizz staff and people coming in to watch the stream. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like having physical presence standing behind me, watching me play games or anything like that, or reacting to stuff, because I kind of feel like I'm being judged, right? I know these people aren't judging me. Like, I know truly, yeah, as the situation moves past, they're not judging me, but it's like, you know, when it's like, you know, someone's watching you, you kind of feel like you need to perform really well. And I'm not talking like, oh, but you stream on Twitch and all that sort of stuff, make YouTube videos. It's different because, you know, it's like physical human presence behind me and all that sort of stuff, right? If there's a ghost watching me right now, they're chill. You know what I mean? High five. Thank you, ghost. Appreciate that heaps. But, you know, like the whole audio issues, being in like the middle of the room, it was really frustrating. I really wish I could like communicated beforehand. Hey, I don't really want to sit in this sort of spot and move somewhere else. That's at the end of the day, it's whatever. It is what it is. They didn't have enough time to set up. Because I got in pretty late to the thing and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully beforehand I can just communicate that. Because I honestly thought we were going to be in like the same kind of building as like last time, where I'm all the way down the end, kind of just in like my own little corner. You know what I mean? God, I've been kind of ranting about that sort of stuff, but still, regardless, they did a pretty good job. They did what they could and all that sort of stuff. You know, they gave me a USB so I can save all my stuff on it for free. So big W's from Blizzard, right? Now, the Overwatch Spotlight, the actual event itself, or more so the video that they did. Oh my goodness gracious. Now, let's start with Vendetta vs. Doomfist's cinematic. Guys, I was disappointed in this, and not for the reason you think. This got leaked 4 months ago. Leak culture in gaming is so irritating, man. I find it so annoying when I find out that Hatsune Miku was coming to Fortnite, not because Fortnite said it themselves, but some guy on Twitter leaked it. It doesn't even matter if you block all the accounts, because if you're a Twitch streamer, someone is going to come to your chat and tell you. And I dread the day Lucio's Mythic accidentally gets leaked early, because I don't like to cover leak culture. I feel like it's disrespectful and all that sort of stuff. I try not to, you know what I mean? And if a Lucio Mythic gets leaked, how am I supposed to ignore that as a content creator? Hey, guys. There's an elephant. We're not going to address it, though. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's whatever. But this whole, like, a story thing getting leaked is on the same level as, like, any sort of, like, movie stuff getting leaked, right? So finding out that Doomfist was meant to die 4 months ago was like, now that can't be real, right? And then as soon as the cinematic started, where Doom was, like, as soon as I saw this frame right here, I'm like, oh my god, Doomfist is getting thrown out the window. Because in the thing, it said, Doom is getting thrown out a window. And I'm like, there's a giant window. He's standing in front of it. He's going out that window, bro. And yeah, a lot of people didn't really like this cinematic. We have the old style of like cinematic stuff back, which is absolutely good. Vendetta looks amazing. Doomfist looks amazing. Little hologram things going on. Where is Sigma? What's going on? And a lot of people don't really like it because Doom didn't really put up a fight. He lost. He failed and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to play the devil's advocate, or I'm going to be on the maybe the wrong side here, and hopefully I don't eat my own words within 12 months. But Overwatch just talked about how they're going to be doing a story throughout the entire year, right? Doomfist going out the window. Yeah, that's unfortunate. His arm gets cut off. What if, hear me out, training arc for like 8 months, he teams up with maybe Ramatra, or maybe he works with Overwatch to get like a new gauntlet or something like that to take it back from Talon. Because if you've kind of been like reading the comics, you've known that Talon has been making crazy moves. They've already attacked Watchpoint Gibraltar, massively damaging it like crazy. And I'm very curious to see why Overwatch massively lost in that whole encounter and what they're going to do to fight back against Talon, right? Widowmaker, Sombra, and Reaper have also left Talon as well. And then Vendetta has recruited new people like Domina. Ash is working like alongside them. Like there's a whole bunch of characters, right? And it's like when you look at old Talon when Doom was running it, you didn't really see much stuff going on. And maybe there's a good reason for that sort of thing, because maybe since there's so much attention on Talon now with Vendetta doing the thing, more people are probably going to go after him, or there'll be betrayal in Talon, people trying to like get the best of Vendetta and take advantage of her and all that sort of stuff to kind of like get money, get paid, you know, take over Talon, all that sort of stuff, right? So it seems like there's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, which is something I freaking wanted in the Overwatch story. A lot of stakes, a lot of wild stuff happening. So, you know, it is like at the end of the day, it's unfortunate that Doom was basically just potential man and didn't really do anything for a super long time. But I really hope if Overwatch cares about the character, and listen, I'm not defending them taking out Doom, because if Overwatch legit cares about Doomfist, they will give him the most sickest arc where he fights Vendetta again and he potentially wins and maybe takes back Talon, or he decides he doesn't want to take Talon. Because remember, despite him losing this fight, only through conflict do we evolve. And he went through conflict. He has to evolve now. And if they don't make him evolve, then they're not really doing a good job of writing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was hard for me to be like super crazy about this cinematic, because I'm just like, man, this got leaked to me just by some guy on Reddit, and it went all over Twitter and all that sort of stuff. And then TikTok started talking about it, and it is what it is. But still, good cinematic. You know, unfortunately, I was just like, oh, wow, they really did it. God damn, that stupid guy on Reddit, you know what I mean? It's not in the Overwatch team, it's just some dickhead on Reddit, you know what I mean? Excuse my language. But hey, they announced 10 new heroes coming this year. So we're starting off with 5 heroes, and then after that, there's going to be a new hero every single season. Is it a healthy cycle? Maybe not. Does it make more people want to play the game and get into the game, get content creators back in the game, people just making more stuff on the game? Yes. I hate to bring up the whole hero shooter stuff, right? But a major reason of why most Overwatch creators left for Marvel Rivals was because the game had a really good, consistent hero output. And a lot of content creators and I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible, are very lazy. They don't actually want to play the game. They just want to watch other people play the game. And they want to watch new heroes get released. They want to talk about the gameplay of the hero, maybe play it again in the practice range bit, go, oh my god, the damage is insane! And then after a while, the character either gets really strong or gets really bad, and then they can make a video where they go, oh, man, this character's really bad, or this character's really broken, they need nerfs, or something like that, and so on, and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, if Overwatch was only releasing 3 heroes a year, it's kind of hard to do that content cycle, you know what I mean? I still cannot believe people thought the big thing they were going to be doing this year was team-ups. I don't think people left Overwatch because of team-ups. There are other reasons for that sort of thing. And I am being a little bit shady when I say that sort of thing. Look, get your bag at the end of the day and all that sort of stuff. But that is why a lot of creators did honestly leave Overwatch, is because they kind of just wanted an easier content output or something like that, right? Now, Domina. Played her a decent amount when I got the opportunity to. She looks gorgeous, first off. Character design is absolutely awesome. It's a character that doesn't really want to lift a finger and just only uses her gun, right? So she has the 2 arms. It's a sick design. It's a little bit, it's wacky. It's crazy. Ramattra, please get up, man. And all this sort of stuff. I like it a lot. I think she's really pretty. I cannot wait for the type of skin she gets added into the game. She's on the same level as like Sigma in terms of like poke tank. I still think Sig is a far better tank. But obviously when you're playing against this character, and I need to tell you this one right now, the shield is phenomenal. This shield is so incredibly good. It is great. It's such a cool idea. Like all these certain parts can be shot out one by one, but it doesn't destroy the entire shield. It's on a pretty long cooldown. I think it was 12 seconds or something like that. Her shift thing, I honestly kind of forget what it does actually, but that was pretty good from when I did it. Now the ultimate is the one thing where I'm telling you guys, low ranks, any rank, all this sort of stuff. If you get hit by this, or one of your teammates get hit by it, shoot the bubble. This is a reverse Zarya bubble. This is the one time you should be shooting the bubble to shield, because the less damage it takes, the more damage it does. At max damage, if it takes 0 damage at all, 300 damage, it one-shots majority of the Overwatch roster like absolute crazy. And if you're at Mercy, pull out your Glock and shoot the damn bubble. Do not just go, oh, I'm going to fly to my teammate. Shoot the bubble. Okay? Simple. So, you know, there's a little tip for you guys. I struggle to figure out how to really counter this thing at first. I legit thought once you get hit by it, it's like you just have to rely on your teammate to do it. But even if you're caught in the bubble, you can shoot it yourself, okay? Emry's design is pretty damn cool, bro. This character looks absolutely insane. It's like we saw the character all the way back in the Anna origin story all those years ago, like 9 years ago or something like that. And now he's finally here with like a more unique update with the conspiracy. You know, it's like maybe that's a case reference or something like that, right? His gameplay is pretty fun. Honestly, you know, what is it? He feels very Halo-like, and even the Overwatch team has said if you're a big fan of like Halo gameplay and all that sort of stuff, this is kind of like the character you would play if you do enjoy playing Halo. It is funny when you kind of like freeze frame in some scenarios when he's aiming down sights. It looks like you've taken a screenshot out of Valorant. But regardless, you know, he's still a cool character. Nothing really too crazy to talk about, right? I think he's pretty fun. I feel like if you know, like these sort of characters, guess what? You'll like it. Wait a second. I was trying to see if there was any sort of like Rialto update, because I haven't seen the Rialto changes yet, if they did it now. Mizuki, I thought this was a girl at first. I was like, goodness gracious, she's so pretty. And I'm like, oh, it's a dude? Oh, never mind. But hey, yeah, Mizuki is also a pretty interesting character. Unique mechanic. They have a Lucio heal aura going around them, right? That scales up based on their damage, I do think. They have a bouncy projectile heal, for which they throw their hat. It goes, ding, 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 you know, bounces people one by one. And their ult is like a big circle where it blocks projectiles from outside, so you have to jump inside to, you know, basically do any damage, right? And I think it does do healing over time. I've honestly haven't written down things and all that sort of stuff, right? But I think Mizuki's pretty cool. But I need to give like a take on a lot of these characters after. Now, Anran. Ooh. Well, I don't like the whole elemental college stuff. I don't like fire college. I don't like water college. And genuinely, when I saw this character, I was like, who the hell is this? Who the hell is Monkey D. Luffy? Because legit, this is not the same character that we saw in the cinematic. What the hell is that thumbnail, bro? Sorry, this AI generated thumbnail. Sorry. Anran Overwatch, right? Where is it? Where is it? The cinematic that she like first appeared in? Like, these are 2 different damn people, bro. These are 2 different damn. What the hell? Like the whole God damn it, man. Can I just get a frame of Anran just standing there? These are two different damn people, bro. I am so sorry. I don't know what the hell was going on. Like there was two different teams obviously making the cinematic and the in-game model or something like that. But it's like, which is the correct model? I guess it's the in-game model, right? Because suddenly she de-aged herself. I thought her, like Anran was going to be about 25 years old or like maybe 24 years old or something like that. Bro, she looks 18. She looks young as hell, man. She looks younger than Wu Young. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And there has been talks in the community about reworking Anran's face model. And a lot of content creators, a lot of, even the voice actor for Anran for Rhea, has spoken out and basically saying that, yeah, this is just kind of crazy. And I don't really think you need to do crazy changes to this character. You can give her a slightly larger nose and a bit more just interesting stuff, so she doesn't really look like some of the other characters in the roster. A lot of people are saying she looks a little bit too similar to Juno just because she kind of has like a baby face going on. You just make her look a little bit older, and it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? It's quite unfortunate that this was a character that wasn't really looked over, and no one really kind of had a talk in the meeting room and said, hey, this character looks a little bit too young to be Wu Young's older sister, you know what I mean? And all that sort of stuff. But whatever, we'll see how things go in the next couple of months if they do update this model. But it does seem like I have seen some Overwatch devs like retweet posts talking about Anran's face model and all that sort of stuff. I know they don't have full control over it, but it would be interesting and all that sort of stuff. Now, Anran's gameplay, I think it's pretty fun. I think it's pretty good. She's probably one of the only characters out of all these characters that might be useful. But Jetpack Cat is goddamn fun. I finally found a character that legit... God, I am so sick of all these white screens and just making me feel whiter than ever. Jetpack Cat is amazing. You can pick up your teammates. They have to press a button to be able to pick up. It is not a troll ability because, yes, if you do take the choice to get picked up, you can detach at any time. So if your cat is planning to take you off the map, you can be like, hey, I don't want to go off the map. You press spacebar, you press the A button, yes, the X button, whatever, to jump off and all that sort of stuff, and you're all safety. And even when you jump as well, you get like a little boost up into the air. So it's not like even if you're like off the map already, you can kind of get a boost to save yourself. So I don't really think people control with this character too much. So, at least there's something like that. It's kind of funny that people have been requesting a do not pull me thing button on for like Life Weaver, and they kind of just gave it to Jetpack Cat instead. I played Jetpack Cat the most throughout the whole playtest I got to do at the Overwatch Spotlight, like streaming it, and it is by far the most fun character out of all of them for me personally, right? So absolutely wonderful. Being able to pick up the whole, one of the enemy teammates and then just take him off the map or putting him into a bad position is going to be really fun. But my problem with all these characters here, from even watching like the pro players in boot camp in Korea right now, I don't really know if any of these characters will even be meta defining. You know what I mean? It's like, I look at Emry, and it's like, this is a character that maybe would be for the Soldier 1 tricks, but Soldier 1 tricks lack burst. I don't think Emry really has the burst going on. Anran seems like another version of Genji, which honestly is a good thing, right? She feels very fluid, and getting damage off of the fire feels really nice. She's like a very in and out play style, like ignite an enemy, deal damage, and then boost out for a little bit, or use your E at like a good time to like cleanse yourself from dangerous abilities. There is some really cool like high skill gameplay you can do with this character, which is really fun. Dominar is also another character, but I just feel like Sigma, for example, is still just the better tank, just because his ult is so much more good. She doesn't like, it feels like if you just play Ram into a Dominar or a Ryan, or even just any sort of like brawl type character in Dominar, you're going to get rolled over very easily, simply because I feel like her boot won't really be as strong against those certain tanks, you know what I mean? And Mizuki, while the ult is really good, and I think the hinder is really, really good, I just think it's a little bit too hard to hit for most players, including myself. I gotta clarify that one real quick. That's no flame to like, people. That's a flame to myself and people that are trying to learn this character. But Mizuki's awesome. I think Mizuki is cool. We'll have to see how it goes. But it's kind of like, the problem is with like a lot of these characters, that kind of just goes for a lot of hero shooters in general, is that, if you already have like a cleanse TP character in the game, it's hard to make another support that can really be on the same level as him, right? Wu Young was in that point for a moment where Wu Young was really, really good, one of the best supports in the game. But then their damage got nerfed down, and he's not as good anymore. And it's kind of like a thing where it's like, Lucio's still one of the best supports in the game. Kiri's still one of the best supports in the game. Iardi's rised up a little bit more just because their damage is really good. And Wu Young is still decent, right? But you need to be really good and really consistent on that character to get full value out of him, right? So, it is what it is. But Jetpack Cat will be fun as hell. I hope Jetpack Cat has some form in like the meta and all that sort of stuff. It would be fun, right? But I'm talking about meta when this game is obviously taking a more casual response. What the hell am I talking about, man? Honestly, at the end of the day, play who you want, right? Have fun, all that sort of stuff. Honestly, I'm not gonna sit and be like, don't play this character. It's really bad. That's what I was coming across as. But a lot of people have been kind of saying, oh, I don't really know how this character will be useful in meta and all that sort of stuff. Just play who you want, man. Have fun. You know what I mean? 5 new toys to play with. And in the next couple of seasons, you get even more characters. I'm excited for this dude over here. Looks absolutely sick. And this character here, this seems like a character of like a tracker sort of thing where they can like send out like a beacon or a drone or something like that to track people or like shoot them down or something like that. Maybe they'll be able to take control of the drone and go, you know what I mean? Gibraltar also got a map update, which didn't really get properly shown in the trailer. That was really fun when I got to play on it. And obviously there were some new skins, right? Am I angry that Mercy got the Mythic? No. I think it's absolutely hilarious because you guys have been manifesting this for months on end. Oh, imagine if Kiri got the second Mythic before Lucio. Well, guess what, guys? It wasn't Kiri, it was Mercy. You played yourselves. You manifested it. It happened. I don't really know what their reasoning behind of giving some characters that already have Mythics, you know, like again is a sort of thing, right? Mercy's original Mythic, the whole, you know, mirror watch thing, it doesn't really work with many players. I think this one's pretty good. I think this one's nice, right? You know, I think the, you know, white version, like her default version looks pretty. Juno's Mythic weapon will be great. I'm just sick of seeing Aspen win. She's like the golden child of this game, right? And the main Mythic looks absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I don't really know the reasoning of like why they're doing like some characters Mythics again. They have announced that Hanzo's getting a Mythic weapon, Genji's getting another Mythic, and then Ana is getting another Mythic when those characters already have Mythics in the game. Nah, I don't really know what the reasoning behind it. I do wish we could kind of get some background info, but it's whatever. Maybe it's because of money. But then Hello Kitty came around and I was like, oh, that's cool. My boy Lucio finally got something. And this is one of the moments where I will legit like bow down to the Overwatch team or whatever Overwatch dev managed to allow this to get through. Because in no alternate universe, there is millions and billions of alternate universes out there, and Lucio is not in this collaboration. We have somehow gotten into the universe where Lucio got a collaboration skin for Hello Frickin' Kitty. Can you believe that? It's going to be so good. It's going to have custom sounds. He's going to get an emote, maybe a highlight intro or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do for this. There's going to be a new gun and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be amazing. This makes up for no Mythic. I'm serious, guys. He looks so gorgeous. This is such an incredibly good-looking skin. And it's crazy when when the Overwatch team goes into the studio and goes, hey, we can make Lucio skins where he actually looks really pretty instead of a stupid octopus. And he actually looks really good. And we can make money off that. That's right. When you make Lucio look like a pretty boy, you make money. Okay, Blizzard Entertainment? Okay, higher-ups? You want money, give Lucio more skins, okay? You know, my Lucio fans, they didn't really spend money because they didn't really have any money to spend it on. So give him some skins. I didn't really know what to say in that scenario. But yeah. One of the last but not least things is the new menu. It's a little bit funky. I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little bit weird. Now, there is like the pros and cons of it, right? Yeah, it looks like a gacha game menu. Like all it needs is like contracts or wishes or you know, polychromes or anything like that. Buy me polychromes on Zenless, by the way, if you guys want. And it's a little bit funky because it just looks like a mobile game. It looks really run down and all that sort of stuff. And it's going to be a kind of thing that I feel like a lot of people are going to struggle to get to. Now, my only problem with the Overwatch menu is that if you get into the situation where you go like, oh, I want to queue up for quick play or something like that, but you forget to queue up for quick play, right? And you're like, well, and it's like, oh, I want to equip a skin for this character. You go to like Juno, and I'm like, oh, I want to pick this highlight intro. And then I scroll down here, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to queue up for rank or something like that. So now I need to go back to play. And then I have to go way back here, and then I hit the queue. And then I have to go back to the hero gallery, and then I have to go to the character again, and I have to go to the thing. Yeah, I'm kind of cherry picking with this sort of thing, but it does seem like from what they showed in the trailer, here it's simply like you'll be able to still click play while you're in the hero gallery. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, right? I don't know what exactly, like they're gonna move the queue time spot, which is gonna kind of suck because, you know, I would have like a different screen for when I'm in queue, and like the queue time would be at the top of the screen, and if they move the queue time, that's gonna be a little bit annoying and all that sort of stuff. But But yeah, it also seems like I do wish they changed the area where the freaking hero gallery was. I'm sick of this background. Can we do some? There was a glitch where you could actually go to like Winter King's Row through a bug on PC, but that doesn't work anymore. No, actually, I think it might still work. Actually, hold on a second. Let's see if I can pull it off. Wait, it was like, yeah. This is like a bug, and this is so cool. I pulled it off in damn real time. Hell yeah. But this is like a cool little bug, and I wish you could actually use like custom backgrounds in the hero gallery. I know this isn't relating to the spotlight, but you know, that sort of thing would be cool. I just hate this really bland background and nothing going on, right? Also, the loot boxes are getting updated finally, so it'll be a great end of season to, you know, do some loot box opening again. So there is also some competitive awards. There's the end of game thing, which also includes match voice chat for 20 seconds. You'll be able to talk absolute smack to the enemy team in voice chat. It's going to end absolutely well. Remember, once again, guys, watch what you say in voice chat. I don't want you guys getting banned, okay? Please, all right? I have enough DMs on Twitter asking, hey, man, can you get my account unbanned? I wish I could help you guys, but I cannot do that. Yeah, so that's pretty much majority like it for the Overwatch Spotlight. Obviously, the event itself was absolutely fun. I got to hang out with so many content creators, and I feel like all the content creators there were very deserving of going. There was a lot of up-and-coming content creators, and I said this in a TikTok a while ago, and I said that Overwatch is in the best state it's ever been in terms of content creation. Some people are doing stadium content, some people are doing competitive content, people are doing, you know, quick play, casual content, just competitive content. You know, before it kind of felt like if you weren't top 500, you couldn't really make it as a content creator. But now there are people in like Masters, Diamond, lower ranks that just have their sort of gimmick or their thing of like why people want to watch their stream, and people watch, right? People just like those people for their personality and all that sort of stuff. And the game is less about just being the rank one this or the rank one that. It's just about having fun and having a good time and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, all the creators there were absolutely amazing. I ended up going to Hot Pot with Frankie P, Zebra, his girlfriend, Warren, Sunshine Bread. It was an absolute treat. I try to get as many content creators as possible to come along the Hot Pot. I asked Aaron FPS, Almost Poe, Bro You Whack, Calfee, but they were busy at the time, so they weren't able to come along. But I legit was like, I want to get so many content creators to come hang out, because there wasn't a single content creator that spotlight that I would feel like uncomfortable around or awkward around or scared of or anything like that. They were absolutely just amazing, wonderful people. The devs were awesome as well. It was great to have conversations with them. You know, when they told me when the Lucio Mythic was going to be coming out, 2029, guys. Yep. We'll be dead by then, but that's okay. Yeah, so big shout out to all the content creators that made the Overwatch Spotlight so much fun. You guys are absolutely amazing. The Overwatch devs for putting the event together. Yes, I do have my problems with the Spotlight being put in the dumb seat with my back facing towards people. If they watch this video, hopefully that's something they don't really do next time. Sorry if this comes off as like harsh or anything like that. It's just because I'm autistic or something like that. I don't really know, man. And yeah, I think that's it. America is not a fun place to be in. I'll tell you guys that right now. It really feels like when you go to America, they do not want you to be there, bro. TSA, I ended up, oh yeah, right as I was leaving for my flight, TSA pulled me aside because they thought I was suspicious. And my balls got fondled by the TSA agents. Yeah, keep feeling down there, buddy. There's 2 balls, all right? I'm packing a real big package down there. All right, I'm going to end the video before I say something way too inappropriate. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. See you guys maybe for BlizzCon or something like that. Who knows what I'll be doing next, but see you guys for the next Overwatch season. Take care of yourselves. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I'll see you on stream or anything like that. Whatever. Bye-bye.